Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Richard Lee from Channel 4, Punchapole News. We are here today to interview Jack Cameron Davis, who is with Davis Communications and Literature, Inc. We are going to talk to him about his futures, careers, and what his career stands for. Thank you.
Hey, how you doing? You Richard?
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Davis.
So yeah, I really appreciate you coming and talk to me today. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
So this is Davis and Communications Inc. This is where everything happens. Come on in.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, my office is a little bit of a mess today.
Oh, it's no worries. Will you show me around the office a little bit?
Sure. So this is where everything happens. I got my laptop right here. I'm currently working on a book right now. This is the book I'm working on. It's kind of loose paperwork. Always gotta have the diploma. Oh, whoops. you never know what happens when you're live. So yeah, that's my diploma, and this is where everything happens.
See, you're an Auburn fan?
Oh yeah, War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Hello, we are live now with Jack Davis, and we're going to ask him a few questions. So, Jack Davis, can you please ask me? Alright, my name is Richard Lee, and we are here with Jack Cameron Davis. We are going to ask him about his company, what he pursues to use it for, and his purpose, and what his plans for the future are. So, Jack, just for the audience's sake, I ask you what the name of your company is.
You know, Richard, let me first start out by saying that, I really want to change, the lives of many people. I really enjoy teaching people the importance of literature and communications, and teaching people how they can use those gifts to change the lives of others. But just for the sake of the audience, the name of my company is Davis and Communications Literature, Inc. Incorporated. And what we do here is really, like what I had previously mentioned, we really try to teach people the importance of literature, and I should say the illiterate, the importance of communications, literature, the actual art of understanding our language. And I feel a lot of people in our country, don't understand that concept, and don't really understand, literature and English,
Absolutely.
as a whole. So I feel it's our duty here at Davis and Communications Literature Inc. to really teach people the importance of English literature writing, and how they can use those aspects to really motivate others, to inspire others, to give others hope through their lives.
Okay, and just a few more questions to ask you, sir. First of all, what are your personal values and strengths that wanted you to start this company?
As far as personal, strengths that I have, I don't really consider myself a very smart individual. I just so happen to be smart at what I do. And I really feel like that's what people should really do is, if you're smart at something, that should be your niche. You should really, explore that career. But that's a totally different. But as far as personal strengths, I have a gift in writing, and I have a gift in having a vast knowledge of the literature language. And I feel that I have a personal connection with those who are able to really understand that concept. And that's what we do so well here. Just because I'm here right now by myself, doesn't mean that I have a plethora of people working for me. Of course, yeah. We have a vast majority of different locations. This just so happens to be the main office that I work at, and where I do everything. We here at Davis, at this company, we really strive to just really inspire others through literature and communications. and I can use my strengths with the knowledge of literature, so on and so forth, to really, I guess, inspire others. You know.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Davis. Also, I would like to know what your personal purpose is, and I also want to elaborate on what your career title is, and also necessarily what certifications you have, what did you do to become who you are today, just, what kind of licenses you have, all that. So what exactly is your personal purpose?
My personal purpose is to really use the power of literature and communications my personal purpose as a whole is to really teach others the importance of literature and communications, and how they could use those goals and use those gifts to really inspire others.
Okay. And also, just as another elaboration, what exactly is the title of your career and like your position?
Well, see, that's where things kind of get a little jaded, I guess. You know, I don't really have one set job title. I really just consider myself as a motivator. You know, and I guess you can say that I'm a teacher because you know when I get clients in here, you know I can we'll sit down one-on-one just like you and I, and I'll sit here and I'll say, okay, listen, this is how you effectively read. This is how you use our language, our English language, and how you can use this to teach somebody else who doesn't know a lot about our English language.
And would you specifically call yourself like the CEO of this company?
Yes, I am the owner, CEO, and founder of this company.
Okay.
And we've come a long way. This was the very first office that we ever had. You know, I had a guy here, a guy here, a guy here, a guy there, and a guy in there. So it got very stressful at some points, but I just kept going. And now we have numerous different locations, and we have constantly people traveling around.
But this is the main building where it all started.
This is the main building where everything started.
That's incredible.
And also another thing that I failed to mention to you is I go to, if anybody's having issues in life or issues with their communication skills, I physically go to their whether it be office, home, and I'll sit down with that family and I'll motivate them and I'll speak to them about the importance of our language and how they can inspire others.
Also, what would you say the kind of certificates or the licenses you had to have to achieve this career path?
Well, I needed an education, and this right here is actually my diploma from the college I went to. From the University of North Florida, and I started there. I started at Valencia Community College, and just to get a simple AA's degree in general studies. My meta major was arts, literature, and communications. And then once I received my AA's degree from Valencia, I transferred to University of North Florida, where I obtained a bachelor's degree in communications and literature. And it really started there. The basis of my knowledge of the language and how to inspire others came from my education. And without my education, I wouldn't have the skills that I have today. I really stress people. I stress people, when I meet with them to go get that education. I can't sit here and give you an education. I can teach you. Oops. Again, you never know what happens. You never know what happens when you're live. But yeah, I can sit here one-on-one with somebody and teach them the importance
That's right.
of what we do here. But I can't give you this. I can't give you a diploma.
So you gotta earn it.
Correct. And in order to obtain that diploma, you need hard work and dedication. And yeah, education is the basis to everything. In our country. And I don't have a specific license. I just have a degree. A degree in arts and communications, not arts, communications and literature.
In like in public area, do you ever speak to
Absolutely.
people like in a crowd?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll get a phone call from a business that a lot of physically, when I show up to places, I'll get a phone call from a business, and then they'll say, hey, we have a lot of immigrant workers that don't understand the language. Can you please come to our business and teach them? And I go, sure, I'll do that, but also I'll use that knowledge for them. Sorry, I will teach them the importance to inspire others through literature and communications.
Would you say that this is your passion?
Absolutely. I love inspiring people. I love giving hope, and I love teaching people our language.
Let's get back to more of the education area. Exactly what was your major, and what exactly did you get a degree in?
My major was literature, and I got my official bachelor's degree in communications and literature. I worked extremely hard for this. It didn't come easy, but it's why I'm here today.
What would you say to the youngsters that are going through school or going through college right now and are struggling with this same subject?
Oh, just keep going. It pays off. I'm telling you, it pays off. So never quit. Don't ever back down. Don't ever quit. Actually, I have a book here. I've released a couple books, and this is currently just a draft right now. But in this book, I really stress the importance of not backing down to the struggles of college, especially for those that are in the communications and literature field.
Actually, we need more books like that.
I know. Yeah, this is kind of just a rough draft right now, but in my free time, I like to write. So who knows? Maybe one day this will be, that'll be in Barnes and Noble, and then you and I can come and sit down and have a nice cup of coffee, and we can reminisce.
Yeah, that would sound great. We can do that. So, Mr. Davis, also, I remember you saying over the phone that back in your university, you had a career interview, and you interviewed someone in your career path. Can you please explain to us how some of the interesting facts about your career, with your interview, and how your interviewer helps with your goals?
As far as career goals,
Yes, absolutely.
that career interview. It's funny that you mentioned that because it was actually my mother who I interviewed, and my mother actually has a degree in journalism and communications. Okay. What do you enjoy most about your job?
I like working with the kids every day at my job.
Please describe your career path to this current job.
Okay, well, I got my degree in journalism because in communications because I was going to go to law school, and then after that, I decided after I graduated I didn't want to do that, and so I went to work at a nonprofit, and then from there I got my master's in mental health and psychology, and then from there I started working at schools, and I worked at public school, private school, behavioral hospital, a nonprofit center for drug-free living, and then I started working for the diocese, which is where I'm.
Literature. So I used that as a basis for me. If she can teach illiterate autistic students the importance of literature and communications, you know, why not I do the same thing? Why not I teach others the importance of literature, you know, and teach them how to use that to inspire others and change the lives of others. Another interesting thing that came from that interview was, you know, my mom said that, you know, she really enjoys working with the kids, you know, and I really enjoy working with not only kids but just people in general.
Right.
You know, I really love inspiring others and giving others hope and teaching people those the important values of what we do here at our company.
Okay. So could you also tell me about your resources over at Valencia and also at UNF?
You know, Valencia has, when I went to Valencia for my AA degree, you know, there was a plethora of resources I could use just on campus. You know, the library where I could find, you know, interesting facts about literature and communications. You know, the Answer Center. You know, I could go talk to an advisor. You know, him and I would sit just like how you and I are talking, and we talk about my career goals, my education plan, and how I could better my education, you know, as far as taking classes that go towards that field. Another great resource was the Student Success Center, and you can get numerous help not only from just other students in your field, but other expertise in that field as far as professors and how they could really help you achieve your academic and career goals. Did you this card?
Absolutely.
You know, feel free to give us a call if you're ever in need.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. This is Richard Lee with Punch and Pull News on Channel 4. Thank you. Have a great night. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you. I'll be sure. Sorry, folks. We also have a little quick treat for you, real quick. Now, even though the interview part is over with Mr. Jack Davis with Davis Communications and Literature Inc., we discovered that he is now on a little bit of a business call with a family in need who needs help with their communications and literature. So we are going to stream live, and we are going to see him in action talking to this wonderful family on the phone. And we personally asked permission, and he said it was perfectly fine.
All right, Cheese and family, thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed teaching you guys the importance of communications and literature and how you can use that information to inspire others. And I really enjoyed inspiring you guys tonight and teaching you the importance of how you can use communications and literature to inspire others in their lives. I really hope what you took today, I hope you guys take it to heart, and I really hope you guys go out there and change the world and inspire others. Thank you guys very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.